Well, here we are, people, for a Reds roll call. We are all together to wish each other the best and to also hopefully have safe travels and also have a great result. Bunch of updates to do with these lineups. Lee, you can see the private chat, can't you, or no? No?
Hang on a sec.
Okay. I'll put a message in there for you.
Okay.
Um, But yeah, we're all here together just to talk about the updates on the game, um, and uh, um, yeah, we're here together to do this right. Sorry about that. Trying to put this message in there for him. So there we have it. We are going to be looking at a lineup that's going to have some probably more so than necessary additions or subtractions, however you want to look at it. And you know, I'm not super surprised to see Simicast get the start. Rabo's had a quite a bit of minutes lately as the normal or as our recurring left back. He has definitely gotten a lot of starts in a row. It's a good game to kind of like be able to like rest him on. The other addition is Diego to that front line. He's going to be starting up top for us. And it looks like it's going to be Lucho. Dom's going to get the start. Salah's going to get the start. Maka, Grav, as I said earlier, Simicast, Verge, Ibu, and then Trent on the right and Ali and net. What's a notable subtraction or admission is the fact that um, the highly coveted player by so many people that are so thirsty for this player, but all the same, Isak is not going to be available today. Isak is unavailable today. He is out with a groin pull. It said
Yeah.
so. He'll be out for at least 2 to 4 weeks. So most likely, what that might mean is he might not be available for our run in when we see them in the finals of the League Cup. So that is something to note. Uh,
No, do you know what, mate? I'm not sure if I really want him to miss the final because it'll add to it. I'm glad he's missing tonight. Not against Alexander, like I don't want anyone to be injured, but it's helpful for us, isn't it? Put it this way: if Mo Salah was ruled out, they'd be smiling, wouldn't he, the Newcastle fans? But
yeah,
luckily it isn't, and it's just Isak out tonight. But it gives us a bit more of a chance. Callum Wilson's coming in, I think. I haven't
yep,
seen Callum Wilson for a while, but goal
yep,
scorer, proven record. He's not Alexander Isak, but he
he's
is a
not,
reasonable forward.
but he's
England
very
England international, scored plenty of goals.
yeah,
Just
he's a
haven't seen him
viable
for a
threat.
while, Callum. Yeah, yeah.
He's a physical presence and a viable threat up front. Someone that will certainly look to try to get involved in the scoring. They still have Murphy on the right and Gordon and his speedos on the left. They have Willock, Tenali, and Bruno G, and Livramento, Shar, Byrne, and Hall on the left with Pope starting in goal. So it looks like pretty much the lineup that we expected to see as a part of it. We also have quite a bit of um, anticipation for this game, considering that there's other games that are about to kick off in the next few minutes. Um, we have Brentford, Everton. I know your dad's probably upstairs watching that, getting ready to watch that one. Um, we have Man U versus Ipswich. We have Forest taking on Arsenal, something I'm sure some people will maybe have on in the background. And Spurs take on host City today. Those are the other four games that are on today's docket. And a couple of those games really do matter in that obviously we'd like to see a result by the Tractor Boys today. That'd be nice to see. Uh, The Forest game would be great if we just got a draw in that game. And then I would say with the City game, it is what it is. It is what it is. Isak is unavailable for today. He is out with a groin pull, Hash. Out with a groin pull. So he'll be out for at least 2 to 4 weeks, it said. And it also means, again, that he might not be available for for our matchup in the League Cup final. So unfortunate for Newcastle. I'm certain it is certainly a blow to them, considering that he is an important part of their lineups. I also want to say that it seems like there is going to be a absence on the sideline as the 2-game ban has been put into effect for Arnie. Arnie Slot will be facing a 2-game ban, which would start today, and also would involve what is uniquely interesting, which I thought would be somewhat interesting too, is that hopefully it doesn't involve him missing out on. It just involved him missing out on Newcastle and Southampton, basically. So that's good. I just saw it made double check. So by him taking the today off, most likely it wouldn't put in peril maybe even that League Cup game, I guess, or something, since it is an FA Cup or excuse me, an FA given penalty. But he will be obviously available for PSG. He'll fly to Paris with the boys, and then come back and have to watch the game from the hospitality suites at Anfield on the 8th of March. But this is what we have so far right now. Is a case where, what are you guys thinking of? How are you guys feeling about this lineup now? Did you see it and the lineup we're going to be going up against? What's your Lee just gave us his thoughts. What are your thoughts, JK?
Good evening, boys, and the chat and stuff.
Yeah,
good afternoon, wherever you are around the world.
Gents and ladies.
Yep. I'm surprised about Isaac to start off with. Our team, we're going with the 3 up top, and so Yotta's getting a start. So I'm happy with that. But Isaac's not playing. I'm a bit surprised about it. So Callum Wilson's going to play up top for them. Not a bad striker as well. But I'm thinking, for me, after this game, we've got a week off. So that's like a blessing in disguise. No FA Cup this weekend, so we'll have a week to prepare for that PSG game. So for me today, another clean sheet will be a bonus. For me, clean sheet and everything else is a bonus. Take it from there. Looking forward to the game.
Okay. It's easy put.
We've got a better chance of getting a clean sheet now with Isaac out, haven't we?
Yeah, I like that call.
Yeah, with Isaac out, bro, that's like it's a big news, bro. They kept that undercover,
Yeah.
Didn't really. Yeah. So if you got your fantasy football team, a lot of people would add Isaac in it.
I bet they do.
So
I bet they do. I don't think I have.
And we're gonna look. We have to do a show. We ain't done a fantasy football show in a while.
I know we do need to. That's your department. You got to get it locked and loaded for us.
There you go. I thought it was some big. I felt like we were running a big business from the US. We're having a meeting for the for the business meeting with everyone there. That's your department, JK.
That's your department.
That's your department.
It is.
Yeah, man. You gotta watch the Nike film. If anyone's watched it, watch the film. It's about Nike. Just remind me of that. But for me, Isaac missed him. Blessing in disguise. He might even miss the final. Maybe I don't know what's happened with him. Really, you were saying before I came on that he got injured. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And bless Brian as well. Hope you're cool.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to see what Hyler is going on about. He's saying something about someone not playing. It is Callum Wilson's first Premier League start of the season, so hopefully we can make it one that he does not want to remember, because yeah,
my brother did his wedding, like for his suits and stuff. Callum Wilson's. Hopefully, he'll do me a favor and I'll score. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is it's a little bit of a interesting situation that we have, where we won't be, obviously we'll play this game, and then we have a situation where excuse me, we have play this game, and then obviously we have a little bit of a break before our next game, which is on the 5th of March. So quite a bit of time before our next match, almost like something like about a week or so that we have before our next match, which is definitely going to be appreciated. Definitely so. Big up to everyone that is joining us. Got a nice little consortium of people in the chat. We got, as always, a proper grouping for the panel, and we have Brian as well in the panel as well. Are you doing, Brian?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm just trying to do about 5 things at once here.
Yeah. No worries. If you want, I'll put on mute this, or just put on mute, and then when you're ready.
No, that's cool. I'm just trying to read an email that's just a really annoying email. Just trying to finish reading it.
Got you. Okay, I'll come back to you then. I'll come back to you. Lee, JK, is this going to change up your score predictions for today? It's going to make you think that we can, like JK just said, hold down a clean sheet and really. Is Isak that much of a difference on us being able to hold down a clean sheet and not hold down a clean sheet?
I think he is a bit, yeah, because he gave us a touchdown at St. James's Park, didn't he? It was a wonderful finish from that night, and we know he's got it in him, so it can't but help our cause to get a clean sheet. I went for a 2-0 anyway. I was thinking maybe a goal in each half type of thing, so I went for the 2-0 anyway. I'll stick with that.
Okay. How about for
you? Do you know what? Actually, I'll change it. I'll look at it
already.
Yeah, I'm going up to a 3. We get an extra goal in this new imagining of tonight's match I have.
Okay. How about for you, JK?
For me, I will go 2-0. Thinking it will be a 5-0. So yeah. So I'm going with 2-0, but I just got a funny feeling 5-0. But yeah, for me, I'm taking the 3 points. I'll be happy with the 3 points, clean sheet. How we get the goals, I don't really mind. A victory today. Forest, they've kicked off just now, I think, against Arsenal. And yeah, but for me, we just worry about ourselves, get our result, and let everyone else do what they want, you know.
Arsenal would be so far back in the rearview mirror if we won and they lost tonight, wouldn't they? 14 points, They would have a game in hand still, though, wouldn't they? Yeah. They've got a game in hand on a Saturday, even if you.
Yeah.
We could stretch it to 14 if we won and they lost, but they still have a game in hand. Still a great lead, though, isn't it?
Yeah, man, you can't moan about that.
You still got to win the game in hand, haven't you? You know what I mean? That's the thing with games in hand. You have them, but you have to win them.
Yep.
Yeah, you do. You really do. You have to win the games we have at hand, and also just primarily, most of all, just get those 3 points. It's all about the 3 points. Trudon's still going 3-0. Dustin's going 2-1 still. Okay.
I thought you went 21-0 then.
Yeah, 21 Savage.
Bless Dustin.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are sticking with their initial predictions. See if anyone else got anything else. JK going corporate. Bonkers has got 3-0 Salah and an assist to Diego and Sabasalai. That'd be great. I'd love to see him be able to break this record pretty soon. Actually, this Henri record would be fantastic to see. Hash is still going to go. Well, Hash is picking it up to go 4-0. Okay, all right. Marion is going. Marion is going 2-1. Miss Southward is going 2 Liverpool, 1 Newcastle. Okay. All right. What else I was going to say is, Brian, are you done your email?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. How about you? How are you feeling about this lineup, and how are you feeling about basically what we're going to be looking at for your score? You sticking with your I'm trying to remember what your score was actually.
No, I'm doing what JK's doing.
Upping it?
No, I'm predicting 3 different scores, so I'll probably be right.
All right.
I'm going for 2-1, maybe a 4-2, and potentially a 5-0. My head says 5-0, my heart says 3-2, my balls say 8-1.
Oh wow!
There you go. I'll get it right. Somewhere in the middle, we'll get it right. Hey, JK.
Wow.
Yeah. I like that way.
One of them.
Just
Yeah.
name a load of results, and you might get one. I like that version.
Well,
you were asking the question when someone said, "Is it that much more?" I don't know what somebody said about getting a clean sheet with Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that popped into my head was, I reckon it's about a 50% better chance of us getting one. So I just looked at it, and he has been involved in 52% of their league goals this season. So you take him out of a team. I know there's Colin Wilson is coming in. He's done it in the past, but you're obviously taking out someone who is massively involved. So yeah, it probably gives us. I mean, a team without Isaac, any team without Isaac in this form is weaker. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah, a bit of a blessing, isn't it?
Colin
It's
Wilson isn't.
Colin
Wilson isn't great at staying fit either. He's the kind of guy, he hasn't played in a while. He's the kind of guy I could see him sitting down after 60 minutes and putting his hand up because he needs to go off. He is. People talk about Isaac being injury prone. He just had problems his first year. Callum Wilson, my God, that guy can't walk to the shop without doing something. So yeah, I wouldn't be. He's not doing 90.
Yeah, they can put Gordon through the middle, can't they, if they want it? If Wilson goes off, and they can bring I don't know, Murphy on or whatever. But yeah, they can cope with that, right? Can't they? I don't think he'll play the 90 because I haven't seen him for ages. When I heard that Isaac wasn't playing, I didn't even know Callum Wilson was fit again. But mind you, why would I know? I'm not a Newcastle fan. I don't, look at what their fitness, their injuries are and that, and when they're all coming back. But it has been a while since I've seen him, so it probably will be a struggle for him to complete the game. And yet it does play into our hands. It's an extra little bit of luck, as if we needed any. But it's all set up for us today. I'm glad Botman. I thought Botman had come back recently, but he must have gone out again. One humorous thing I do remember from that season when they finished above us, when we had a terrible season, was they were all saying that Botman was better than VVD. Now the Newcastle fans, in chat streams, it was all like, Botman's better now. You guys are sunk and all that. Saying we were finished after that bad season we had when they got in the Champions League. But it was quite funny to hear them saying Botman was better than VVD after one good season for them. Just had to throw that in.
Wishful thinking on their parts. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna be the case, to be honest with you.
Oh, I know what it was. Virgil had been injured, hadn't he? And they were saying he'll never come back again as good, and Botman was going to replace him in the Dutch side and all that. It wasn't just one of them. There was a gaggle of them saying it. delighted me, like, because I just had fun laughing at it.
Yeah, that's when they put 2 and 2 together and get 7. Like they think that speculation about this, that, and that. Virgil, right now, for me, he looks like right now he's probably playing his best he has ever in his life. This season, like I just feel like he just looks better. I don't know, man. He's making more side tackles anyway.
Yeah, do you remember when he come back from that injury? How it did take him quite a while, didn't it? And he said that as well. He said as much, didn't he? He said it took me quite a while to get back to me full fitness, because he wasn't there for at least the first half of that season when he come back, was he? But we still managed to do. I mean, that season we got to the European Cup final, missed out on the league by a bastard point and everything. Won won a couple of cups though, didn't we?
Brian, Philly Jeans scored a goal for you, bro, against United, for you bigging him up all them times. He's like, Brian, I'll give you a goal against United.
Polite young man. Very polite young man.
You know what I mean, bro? Yeah.
I always think
all the teams do it against.
When I hear someone say Billie Jean, I always think Billie Jean. Can't help it.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
That's his new name then, Billie Jean. Yeah, that's a good one.
I am the one.
Oh, okay. 1-0 Ipswich, starting off the party early. Pretty cool to see.
Never rains, but it pours, does it, for United?
Bro, they'll probably he might even get sacked before the season's over. Football's
no.
Like,
yeah.
But you know what it is? His contract's going to be a payout. It's going to be big. It's going to
be like, they won't because of that reason. They're still paying out. I mean? They're still paying out. Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised they're paying out some of the other coaches they had on the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of telling that the best coach they've had in that little run there was the coach they let go. Ruud was their best coach, actually.
I think they will give him time, and I think the board realised that this season was a complete write-off for United, and that nothing was going to happen this season for them. But I think they'll give him time, and so they should. If you're going to hire a coach, you might as well give him a chance to succeed. So let's see what he's got next season. But he's got it all to do, hasn't he? Because it's the best squad, is it? There's made so many mistakes in the transfer market. It makes you grateful that we actually haven't made that many mistakes. When you see how many mistakes United have made, it's just
I'll be honest. Do you think?
Yeah. Is that man Chelsea, bro? Spending money without even thinking about it. I think if guys could have done a better job with United, give us all that money they've spent, we would have got better players than they did. Like Zerkey, come on, man. He's not top standard. Come on, bro. He's the type of guy you see just having a kick around in the park, bro. Come on, I've seen him play. He's all right, but he ain't great. He's not worth 30, 40 million, how much he cost. Panic buying. That's what United have done since Fergie left. They've done a lot of panic buying. Buying players. Fergie wouldn't even let them wash their boots of other players. Let's get serious here. And since Fergie's left, their transfer policies went downhill as well. But good days, bro. It's about time anyway.
Be good.
They're probably doing a watch along for our game anyway. They probably think we're not going to watch a United game. We'll just do a watch along for the Liverpool match.
Yeah.
Well, the last title drought was 26 years, so it's 13. It's already half of that now. It's been it's 12 in it now for them. This year it'll be 12 since they lost won the title. But they're getting to the halfway point now with that 26 again.
Yeah. Do you think that we'll see some upsets today? Do you think that Forest even an upset over Arsenal still?
Not really at the moment. That's not an upset, is it? If Forest
really, it's Forest at home. Forest has played well this year, obviously, but
yeah. I mean, nobody'd be surprised if Arsenal won. Let's say that. I wouldn't be surprised
if Arsenal won.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, no. I'd be actually surprised if Forest won, to be honest with you. That's why I was asking if it was if it was going to be an upset, because like if they could get a result, I think it's more likely to end up a draw. But then again, don't take my picks. I'm not good at picking. Not good at picking games sometimes. It's now also it's Man City up 1-0 over Spurs. Man City is now just scored. I don't know who scored. Let me see. I know who scored for them.
Mamouche.
Who's that?
Mamouche?
Possibly. I'm gonna find out.
Him or Foden, I would say. Just
Yeah.
yes.
Haaland's still out, is he?
No, Holland is. It was Holland.
No, he come back then. Okay.
Yep, Holland's come back, and he's announced his name, rightfully so, with a goal. I didn't know he was playing in that game, actually, to be honest with you. But he is back, apparently, and he has scored. So it is now 1-0 City early in that Spurs game. It is now also 1-0 Ipswich over Manchester United, and 0-0 in all the rest of the games. We're going to be starting our game in about 30 minutes, a little bit over 30 minutes from now. I did not see the Crystal.
Are you happy he's gone?
That was a pretty interesting result for sure. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Are you happy he's gone with Jota 12?
I am, because I don't think that I think it's obvious that something is going on with Darwin, and he's called him out over it, and he's probably addressed it, or he has addressed it, and then he's saying that Darwin is starting to work his butt off in practice because he probably knows he's got to get back into the good graces of the coach, and I think Diego, this game could be a good start for Diego. It's an opportunity for him to get back on the scoring pages. And the way that this is kind of out there, like, I don't think Cody's ready for this game anyway. I don't think that, at least to start, at least. Because normally when you do start, you want to give your starters at least like 60 minutes on the pitch, 60 to 70 minutes. And if you're going to even think about subbing them out. And if that's the case, it doesn't look like Cody's necessarily. I wouldn't want to rush Cody back into that. And then you also have Chiesa on the bench, Nunez on the bench, Elliott on the bench, Curtis Jones on the bench. Once again, we have plenty of firepower if we do need to go into that reserve tank, or if we want to, change up the gears a little bit and kind of like put the little nitro setting in to get our little Fast and Furious on. We could possibly, make a really healthy offensive-minded substitution and really get going. So it's cool.
Like for me, if I was Slot, I'll be saying we ain't got a game for a week. Give it all for tonight, and you can have tomorrow and Friday off. That'd be sort of cool, Give 100% today.
Yeah, man. Big up.
It'd be good to see that.
Yeah, be nice to see these guys get a little bit of a break. They've been working their tail off. Has some disappointing results, but like it's not that they haven't worked hard in all those results or worked hard for at least to get a result. Not bad results as is too, by the way, for this team. Not bad at all, considering in the last since the FA Cup, we have managed to pull 8 points out the bag. Out of a possible 12. So it's not ideal. Obviously, you'd like to get all 12 points, but 8 out of 12 points in a stretch where you would have had this said you're going to go up against a rivalry game with Everton. You're going to go against Wolves, who are still a difficult team to play. Villa, who's a very difficult team to play, despite the result yesterday. but Villa is always a difficult place to play at home. And then have to go to again on the road to City and get a result there. It's not too bad, not too bad. And now if we can make it 11 out of 15, that'd be a pretty decent haul. Actually, that'd be a pretty decent haul. I would definitely say.
Yeah, I don't know if it wins your league 8 out of 12, but won't be far off. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, over the course 8 out of 12, 8 out of 12 points over the course of a season.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. So,
yeah,
especially but I like it. I know it's coming off the back of the performance that I wouldn't be surprised if we look back and 3-4 months time and say, oh, he never played for us again, did he?
Right.
You know, or whatever happened to that guy. You know, yeah, bit of a watershed day that, but that's what I just think this is really going to hurt what they're trying to do. No, Isaac, everything is kind of running through that kid. And just looking at Wilson's stats for the year, if he turns into prime Callum Wilson again tonight, I mean, I'll be disgusted. He is done. This guy is done. If he turns back the clock. Yeah, I used to, he's one of those guys, like I said, I always used to put him in the fancy team if he was fit because he was cheap. Because he usually scored or got a goal every other week at least. But that's not him anymore. He's all those injuries finally caught up, and I'm surprised. I mean, the lads are saying they're surprised. I'm surprised he's still at the club. To be honest with you, maybe they just had other priorities because they don't really seem to have another striker other than the two lads, Isaac and Wilson. Just like Gordon through the middle or try something, whatever kind of thing. I'm sure they've got some kid on the bench, but yeah, the Virgil van Dijk lads would certainly be happy to be up against the geriatric Colin Wilson as opposed to on fire Isaac. But
I'll tell you what's
yeah,
wild.
I'm happy with Jota. Just to answer JK's question, obviously I'm happy with Jota. And I was hoping Gakpo would start, but that was based on fitness. So if he's not ready, he's not ready.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the front three that we started with Diaz and John and Salah. That's the one we started the season with. So they know the score. And the three boys back and behind, like I said, we're not doing the Curtis Jones experiment again. We've gone back to a more attacking 4-3-3 as expected. And the three boys back in the fold. And I think I agree with JK as well. It would not be at all surprised if they got 2 days off. You know, a light training, at least maybe 1 day off, and then just real light recovery work. Just show up for training, few massages, few baths, few saunas, go home again. Definitely take this opportunity now to rest them.
Needed, don't we, this week before the Paris game? We need this week's rest. As for Gakpo, I think he'll probably play a decent percentage of the game tonight. He should get a good amount of minutes, I would imagine. I can't see it not happening, whatever the score is. In the second half, I think he'll come on and play a good amount of minutes in readiness for Paris, you know what I mean?
I was going to say...
That's what I think, Lee. Yeah.
What's been interesting has been, I was just taking a look at our fixtures and then happened to look at our closest competitor for this title. And what's very interesting is that, you know, you've heard all this stuff about their injuries and Arsenal's injuries and everything else. And now they even got some of their content creators saying how they get officiated, you know, the officials apparently in their mindsets, officials take on a different mindset when officiating Arsenal games. That was one of the crazy content thumbnails I saw. But I'm looking at it, and it's saying how the 22nd, obviously, that was the West Ham game. 15th was Leicester. Before that, it wasn't until the 5th of February, they had a game before that. So they played all of 4 games in February. So February 2nd, they played a game against City and won big in that game, 5-1. Then they had their League Cup game against Newcastle. Then they had Leicester, and then they had West Ham. That's all they've played so far. I was only pointing that out because if you do look at our fixtures, it's a little bit more. We had quite a few fixtures. We had Bournemouth on the first. We had Spurs, obviously, which was our League Cup game. Then we had the FA Cup game. Then we had the rescheduled Everton game. Then we had the Wolves game. Then we had the Villa game, and then we had the City game, and now we're about to have the Newcastle game. That's a lot of fixtures all in February. That's 8 fixtures basically in February that we were a part of, including this one. It's kind of low. It's a lot. It's a lot of games.
Salah's getting interviewed by McManaman before the game.
Yeah. Okay.
I've heard about this. Yeah, I've heard that this was part of tonight's entertainment, a TNT interview by McManaman with Salah.
Yeah, he just said he was asking about his contract, and he just said there is no news. But he's just giving it to he's just talking about how it's his best season because he's making everyone around him better, all this kind of stuff. But he just said, "Yeah, okay, nice one, but what about the contract?" And he just went, "Nope." Basically, no news.
Yeah.
Good. Taciturn. That's a good thing to be in the face of prying questions.
Yeah. Jimmy, that's what I was bringing up too. It's been a pretty brutal February for us, but in the sense of the number of fixtures. But with all that said, I mean, because if you do look at the record that we did have over that run, it's not that bad of a record, to tell you the truth. I mean, obviously the Plymouth game against FA Cup game is the only blemish that we have in that span of February, at least. The FA Cup is the only loss we have in February. Obviously, that's a big loss considering.
How much does the international break? What do you guys, seeing as though we had poor performance coming off the back of them? Well, we lost to Forest on the back of one. We had a poor performance away in Southampton on the back of one. How do you think it's the derby, thankfully, and it's at Anfield, and we have a bone to pick with Everton. So I think we'll be all right. But yeah, the other international breaks, we've been poor when we've come back for them. But we weren't the only sides. Other clubs have suffered from that as well when the players come back from internationals, especially the clubs with like that the entire squad goes. You know what I mean? You've got clubs that there's only a handful, but our entire squad virtually goes, doesn't it? Like it was that one where we had to come back last season and play City away at 12:30. That one was bizarre, and you could see McAllister was knackered after half an hour.
Right. That depends. I mean, I don't know. Brian and I were talking about this before yesterday, at least. And it depends. I don't know what the fixtures are for the international break for a lot of these clubs or a lot of the nations that are going to be partaking. If it's World Cup qualifiers, that's one thing. If it's just friendlies, then that's a whole different setting, you know. And I know that a lot of times lately, the FIFA has been trying to make these, tournaments somewhat over some of these breaks or whatever.
The Nations League has got.
Well, there's women's Nations League happening at the moment, so I'd assume there's Nations Leagues games for the men's as well in the next week. If that's what's happening in the international calendar, like it's happening in the women's, it'll be happening in the men's. So whether the one that would really kind of just be the most kind of pertinent really is that if they're South American, are they doing World Cup qualifiers, or like are they playing Japan or Australia or something crazy like this? World Cup is too far away.
I was going to say I remember we had Nations League, but at the same time, the South American countries had World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening. It's usually the South American.
We, as in meaning, I'm at U.S. men's national team. But yeah.
Yeah, they all got qualifiers.
Let me see.
Lesson 19.
Big up,
Mate.
Yeah. Bless up, guys. What's up the chat? It's funny what you catch on the net these days.
On goal. Eh? On goal doing the business for Man
Let's,
United.
yeah. Bless Marianne and KJ, bonkers, everyone in the chat, Jimmy.
Yes, bless up, bless up. Trying to see what the games are for them. Give me a second to go back and find out for you. Oops. Someone popped in, popped out. So what else do you guys look forward to today? It's 1-0, by the way, still, or 2-1 now, excuse me. Manchester United is up 2-1 since they have this is as an update. It looks like De Ligt has scored a goal for them. And they scored. Ipswich felt bad apparently and let them score an own goal. So there you have it.
Celebrate good times. Come on. It's a celebration.
So
Go for it, Lee. Hit the high notes.
let's see. I'm trying to see. Let's see. Let's just try Argentina, for instance. What they have lined up for their matches. Yeah.
All of them.
Argentina doesn't have a World Cup qualifying game until March 21st. Is that when our international break
That's
is?
the break. Yeah, that's the break.
Yeah. So that's all of them. All of them are playing World Cup qualifiers. Everyone around the world.
Yeah. Just seeing some of the teams that would be playing. Well, fun times. Let's see. Yeah, it's all World Cup qualifying. England has Albania in the house. All right. Well, 2-1 United. Yep, all again. So Ipswich has got to get themselves together and try to work that out. What else do you guys look forward to today? What are you guys looking to see happen? Is there anything particular that you want to see from the guys today, or any particular player possibly that you want to see something in particular from? We'll just
I'll tell you, just Charlie.
yeah. I'll ask Lamate.
Yeah, I will say just before I said that, I think Red for Life and Trudon got contrasting views on the Forest Arsenal game,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Well, look, today is just pretty. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what, it's toss of a coin. That's fine. It's all opinions, isn't it? For us, are struggling. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. About anyway, I won't get to that. But yeah, today it's the obvious for all of us to get the win, but 3 players are going to be key. I'll be looking. Simicast, he's coming for Robbo. Let's see how well he does. His crossing is better than Robbo's, in my opinion. So we can attack Lucho on the left. Lucho is doing his thing, but Lucho he's flickered in and out. I want him to have a good 90 minutes, not one half. I want him to be the Lucho that we know he can be, and Jota, because this game we didn't need a which slot do. It's either him or Darwin, and obviously look, Diego is going to be our main striker. I thought ahead of Darwin, so he's been poor as well, so he needs to perform and hopefully he gets a goal. So I'll be looking at those 3 players, especially to step up.
Okay. Brian, how about for yourself?
Yeah, we know what everyone is capable of. So Jota coming back, he's always like, when isn't Jota coming back? He's always in and out. So if he is going to get a run, like Slot is talking about us needing him for every game, if he's going to be needed, then yeah, for him to get a performance, an actual maybe to score twice. Do 90 minutes, score a couple of goals, just like a lot of normal players do. For him, it does. Oh, he played 90, he scored a couple of goals. It's like, yeah, a lot of players do that. Jota just needs to stay fit for a while, so it stops being a kind of a hope that he can come back and get in a run. So just start it now. A couple of goals or even a couple of assists before the Paris game, and just get 6-7 games under his belt and start it tonight, because he's in and out too much. So start it tonight. Come in and do your job. Do your job up front, score a goal, get an assist, play well. But just do 90 minutes, or if not 90, then do 82. Not like, well, we have to take him off after 60 because he's a bit tired. None of that stuff. Just a full match, good performance, and then try and stay fit for the rest of the season. Because he's such a big asset when he's playing well.
Yeah. I'd like to see a clean sheet. So would I. Would like to see some goals from some people that need to get on the goal run, and we got about 10 minutes till we find that out. 10 minutes till we find all these questions out. It's funny. I'm not watching the game. I'm only seeing it by getting the updates via the apps that I have. But it is kind of funny that there are some contradicting viewpoints on the game. We'll see. Some yellow cards already established in that game. City game, same. Bentancur has a yellow card in that game so far. In the Forest game. Huh?
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got the game on and that. I tell you the truth, nothing special.
Nothing special.
Forest not really attacking. Yeah, Forest not really attacking. Arsenal are more the attacking team, but they're not really doing anything with it.
Way of playing, don't they? Forest got that certain way of playing, like whether the home or away. So I wouldn't expect them necessarily to be all over Arsenal. Exactly, I expect it to be tight.
But the thing is, bro, Arsenal want the win more maybe than say Forest, and then what will happen with the game staying at 0-0? They'll attack more, and maybe there's space for them to do their counter attack.
Nuno's probably
the goalkeeper.
More than Tony can snatch you.
Last game against West Ham, they brought the goalkeeper up to try to get a goal. They were desperate on that game. And that would have just been to get a draw, but obviously, Yep.
Calafiori hit the post already in the game.
Yeah, it's not better. We've seen it with Ali. It's not better when the keeper goes up.
He had to actually make a. Who was he running back against? He was running back against Ward-Prowse. He was trying to.
I'd beat Ward-Prowse in a foot race.
Yeah, that's what there's. It was sad that Raya beat him in the foot race, and then got back in time to actually defend against him and actually win the tackle. I was like,
no.
When you get into that locker room, they are going to be razzing you.
Yeah, bloody hell.
It was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah,
Ray was on his horse. He was on his bike though. He was moving.
It's just great. That's when football has fallen apart and they're just throwing shit at it when a keeper is going up. It's like that, nobody teaches that. So when that's happening, it's getting because we all like the chance of that breakaway goal is whatever. No one wants to see the keeper score when they go up, unless obviously you're at home. But everybody watching it that's a neutral wants to see it get messed up and someone get a run at an open goal, because that just looks so funny on TV when they do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When Arsenal send the keeper up, it breaks, and if it was Kudus or something, he was probably off the pitch at that stage. But someone quick just running the length of the pitch, tapping it into an empty net. That's just glorious.
They tried to get it against us. I think it was the FA Cup game, I think it was, because I remember we sent up.
Kelleher went up.
Kelleher went up to go, and he actually got head to the ball.
Yeah, he
I
did.
don't like. I'm not a fan of it. I don't really. I think the risk is
Yeah, he
too.
did.
You know.
If it's a cup game, yeah, you've got nothing to lose. You're gonna if you don't score, you're out. You know what I mean? Took the goal. But then again, if you're going fighting for Champions League spots like we were at West
Mate,
Brom, bang, we got a goal, bro. That's for me.
you
I'll
got
tell
to
you
do
the
it.
truth. Over the last, as a Liverpool fan, that is in my top 5 of things sort of happening. Special things happened as a Liverpool fan. I think that Alisson goal at West Brom. I'll never forget that.
Yeah. It's true. And
Who
what
does
happened
that,
to
bro?
his dad?
Goalies don't score.
It's true. Don't, yeah, it's just a shame there wasn't a crowd to see it. But when his
Exactly.
stuff happened with his dad as well, that was very, very emotional.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie that you definitely like felt, kind of like could feel yourself tearing up a little bit.
Yeah, 100%, man.
So
And then I think what was good and all was oh, disrespecting, but old Fat Sam was on the touchline moaning, and the Klopp stuck it straight to him. That was great because he's always been a hater. He's a Liverpool hater, old Fat Sam. And
yeah,
if people don't know who I'm talking about, is Sam Allardyce.
yeah, yeah.
Does he? Does he hate us? I thought he just hated Klopp. Well, I just thought he had a problem with Klopp.
I'm not sure with Allardyce. He's had a couple of like little spats with different managers as well. And he did end up managing Everton for a bit, but I'm not sure
Yeah,
if he hates.
I just always
Oh
thought. I
no,
know, not saying, oh, you're wrong. I knew he
yeah.
definitely didn't get Klopp. I knew that. I didn't realize there was anything else other than that. I just thought him and Klopp
Oh,
had a
Rafa as
thing.
well.
Yeah, oh yeah, he
Yeah,
didn't get
Oh
on with Rafa.
he's
yeah,
part of the
Rafa War.
Ferguson brigade, isn't it? He's part of the
Yeah,
Red
Yeah,
Nose Brigade.
he didn't
The
like
loving
Rafa
and
War.
suck ups, yeah. But he
Yeah, I
said some
remember
things
that.
about us, like, "Oh, Liverpool, this and that." We, he's a bit mouthy, innit? And look what happened to him. You got caught under the table. You got
Oh,
caught under the table.
Yeah, a pint of wine and
even
a brown
funnier that there
envelope.
were pictures, wasn't it? Remember there were pictures of it and everything. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I didn't
Some
even know
say
that
that
was a
12th
thing.
man took the pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some say.
Talk before his time out of the international pay. That's why he got the payday.
Some say. Yeah.
Yeah, well, does anybody think, anybody in the chat, anybody on the panel, does anybody think that the main man being up in the stands is going to have an impact today? You know, Slot takes
It's
the
a good
worst of his
question.
bans.
Very good question.
You know, do we
And
think
not
that'll make?
even. I don't know. I don't think the assistant got a
No,
ban.
he's fine. It's just
No,
Slot.
no.
But that's the thing about it. It's weird because he got a red card, so he should be at least have one game, maybe not 2 games, but at least 1 game suspension.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, but just in terms of Slot, anyway, he is up in the stands. So, like to me, I don't think it will, really. I don't think it will because I think a lot of what he does is, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'll make a huge difference. And maybe it's trying to sound like he's a bad coach and that he doesn't do much, but I just think we can cover it. I think he can
No,
communicate what he needs to communicate.
it won't because you can still, even though even though you're not on the touch line, you still are in communication with everyone on the touch line. It's just now you're
Oh
just going
yeah,
to be like, mic'd up and have to talk through, you know, through like the headsets or whatever. I know that's I saw how Mourinho did that one time. Was it who was it that who was the what was the there was one coach that put on a like a disguise and tried to go tried to go down pitch side. You know that story?
No,
He like put on
no,
like
no,
put on
yeah,
like
last week. Slot.
yeah, he tried to put on a disguise and go pitch and actually get down to pitch side to kind of like say so he didn't try to go on the actual he
Yeah.
didn't actually go in there, but he was like, in the actual.
Well, I
thing.
know Mourinho.
So
The
Mourinho
famous
did
one
that?
about Mourinho. Well, the famous one about Mourinho is where he was banned. And when you're banned, like you can't go into the dressing room, like you can't coach them. You're banned from coaching. You can't go in and give halftime team talks. You're not
Right.
allowed
Yeah.
to do
Right.
that. But he was snuck into the dressing room in a laundry basket. Like he got into a laundry basket in classics old movies such as threw some blankets on top of him or some kit and wheeled the kick guy wheeled him into the dressing room in the laundry basket and he popped out and gave a halftime team talk and got wheeled out again.
In the laundry basket. It sounds like
Yeah, in the
something
laundry.
out the movie that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he got in it and they put some, Chelsea towels and kits and stuff on top of him, wheeled him in
Yeah.
going, just it's just a kit, and he hid and they closed the door and he got out. Lads came in, he's like, right, don't tell anyone I was here. Blah blah blah. Here's a halftime team talk, and he got wheeled out again then with the dirty kind of with the wet towels going on top of him, pretending we're just taking out the halftime laundry. Out he goes again, back up to the stands. It's classic
Brilliant.
Jose. That's why we love him. That's why we love them.
I love it if that's true. That's brilliant. I think that's excellent. And, I wouldn't disagree at all and say, how dare you? I think
Oh,
that's
it's
excellent.
fabulous.
Do it.
Absolutely fabulous. Yeah.
Someone just got a red card.
Or a red card. Oh Christ. Okay, that's their new right back guy, isn't it? Wing back dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Penny to Ipswich. Oh, Ross. Okay.
Who takes their
Damn.
pens? The Lap, maybe, or the other
Yeah,
guy. Is it the Lap? Is it?
I think it's the lap. I think he'll take the pen. Yeah. He should do really anyway.
Bang on half time as well. Right on half time.
I'm so close. You're saying there's a red card in the Man U game? Is that what it is?
I think that's what KJ is saying. There's a penalty red card Dorgu. Well, these Dorku card red penalty is what he said.
Huh.
Yeah, they confirmed the red card, but let's see if they confirm the penalty. Because I'm just looking now. I haven't confirmed it.
I don't. Yeah,
Was it last man job?
I don't see that. Hmm.
Looks like it.
Last man through on goal tackle kind of thing, or foul.
Dorgu. Who is Dorgu? All right, people, we're about to kick off. It's about to be on. We're gonna let you guys go, do your thing. Be safe wherever you are in the world. I know it's a wet one out there right now. It's raining. It looks like in Liverpool, so definitely be sure to bring your umbrella. And if you're going to be out and about in the Liverpool area, but for right now, up the Reds is all I can say to you. And let's get this win. 3-point collectors on par right now. So let's do this. We'll see you for a match reaction on the other side of this. But until then, stay safe.
Enjoy the game.
And up the Reds, people. Up the Reds. We'll see you guys later.
Let's go.